Hey, it's Mickey.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, good. This is, am I the right person, Dustin?
Yeah, this is Dustin. How you doing?
Oh, it's good. I'm good. How are you?
I am excellent. I got to say, it's an honor to be speaking with you.
Oh, right on. Where are you, man?
We are in Minnesota.
Oh, right on. Okay. Minnesota.
Yeah, I know you guys obviously go way back here. A lot of fans of you in Minnesota, so it's great to have you on today.
I like Minnesota from life, not from the band. I went to hockey camp in Brainerd and Darien, like every year, Coon Rapids, Bemidji. Growing up, I was playing hockey at a really high level, like my whole life when I was a kid. So every summer I went to hockey camp, either in Minnesota or like when I was 6 years old, until Ween got happening.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm assuming that must be part of the reason why you guys, always make it a point to swing through here when you're out on tour.
Well, well, you get it. You live there. I mean, the only place I've ever, I think we've played all 50 states actually, but the only place I've ever really been tempted to move to is not like Miami or New Orleans or someplace like that. It would be Minnesota, actually, just because there's this comfort level I've always had there. Yeah, I don't know. I love Minnesota. I don't mind the weather. None of that shit bothers me. But anyway, yeah, no, we have a lot of roots there too, because we started.
Awesome, man. Well, let's talk about the new album you got out here, Rock 2. What are the listeners in for with the new album?
What are they in for? It's got a lot of guitar on it. That's intentional. A little bit of everything. I mean, I don't know. I can't give that away because there'd be no reason to buy it. No, it's a great record. It's a great record. It's got everything. I hope that we traverse the history of rock on it. I hope we cover it all. I hope all the bases are covered.
Well, the Diener album was great. I mean, is there something for this new one maybe that you tried to do differently, or maybe tried to do, I guess, a little different than the first one?
No, not at all. Just make it better. I didn't go for anything. I don't go for any direction that was different. No, you just try and grow. Try and get better as a writer and a player and a singer and songwriter. I mean, my whole life, every single record I've ever made is, you don't ever want to backslide, So that's always my goal, is just to grow, keep my ears open and do something I haven't done before, even if it sounds like something I've done before, not intentionally, but, no, it's just, constantly learning skills and growing, I've been playing music my whole life and, I really just feel like the best is still coming, always.
Sure. Well, with that being said, is there a difference for you, I guess, when it comes to writing for, Dean Ween albums as opposed to maybe just Ween or the Moistboyz?
Well, not really as much as you think. The difference is just, it's just me. It's, half of it is up and all that stuff, So it might sound familiar at times, because, that shit is half me. So, but my goals are the same, my goals are the same. I want to, I just want to make great records and great kids and write better songs, play better guitar, give a better performance, just, when you stop that, when you stop loving it, then it's time to move the fuck out of the way, I'm nowhere near that spot. I'm getting more excited about it as I get older.
Awesome. Well, I got to say, one thing I love about you, and Ween is my favorite band. I mean, you guys tackle so many different genres and styles, but it all sounds legit. You can pretty much do what you want, and it comes off convincingly.
Well, it is legit. It's, we don't think about. I don't think about those things. Aaron and I certainly never thought about these things. I always have said this, and it's because it's the truth. So but you know, what you hear, if you hear something in there that, like, reminds you of something else, it's probably something from our record collection, you know what I mean? But we don't sit down, you know, I don't sit down and say, like, oh, I like this record right now, so I'm going to try and do something like that.
Sure.
You know, it's an amalgamation of everything I've ever heard in my entire life that I like, you know, goes up in there somewhere. And a lot of times what people end up hearing is not at all, even if I was trying to do something, what I was doing for you. So, it's fun. It's kind of mixing mysterious. But it's a lot. There's not any calculation to it, though, honestly, that, you know, the genre hopping thing that everyone's so fixated on. You know, it's just a reflection of my musical love, you know, significant love. If you hear something you put on music, my music, you know, that sounds familiar to you, there's a good chance that it was something that's in my record collection, but probably, you know, we never go for, you know, I never try and intentionally sit down and mimic something. It all comes out in the music, you know, and a lot of times, even if I am trying to, like bossa nova feel or whatever, something really blatant in there, I'll miss my mark and come up with something different. And people will interpret it as being one thing when I was actually trying to go for another thing. So that's kind of my favorite stuff, is when that happens.
Well, I have read that you've, you know, got enough tapes and songs lying around, maybe rivaling Prince's vault. I mean, it sounds like you got probably another 200 albums ready in the can.
He's probably the only dude, I think, that, yeah, that's true. He's probably the only dude I would say that maybe that would have to be yeah. I haven't stopped recording since 1984 for like a day. 34 years of doing it every day, multiple songs quite often. So.
Well, are you going back to a lot of that old stuff, or what are you going to do with it? Do you think it'll see the light of day sometime?
Oh man, I'm not, and I, you know, only if it's something in my memory. But I definitely don't go back and listen to old stuff for inspiration. You know, I have a pretty photographic memory when it comes to music that I've played on or recorded or whatever, even live tapes. It's really weird. I can hear a live tape that I've never heard before, something on YouTube or whatever, and I can actually anticipate what's going to happen next, like through muscle memory or just knowing our instincts, you know, like, or my instincts of what is going to come next. And it's pretty weird. So I don't, there's no plans right now to really go through archival stuff, but someday somebody is going to have to. It's probably going to be me. But right now I'm not in any mood to reflect, you know, or like, you know, I've still got a lot of work to do for a long time. That's how I feel.
Awesome. Yeah, I know you've got your own studio now too, so it must be even easier now to just pop in and record anytime something hits you. Yeah.
The most convenient, best setup I've ever had, which is, I think, going through this whole musical renaissance or whatever you want to call it. That sounds really cheesy, actually. But I'm going through this whole, like, feeling, you know, like I felt dozens and dozens of years ago, you know, where all I want to do is write and record every day, you know, and it has everything to do with the studio. You know, it's mine. I own it. You know, if I feel like painting it red right now, I can do it. Spray can and spray paint the word "fuck" on the wall. No, it's mine. Like, it's the first time I got the light back. You know, yeah. Even back in the day, you know, like going way back, you know, somebody had to go over to somebody's house if the two of us were going to record. You know what I mean? You know, so this is like, God damn, you know, it's awesome. I don't get where I'm making great use of it often.
Awesome. Well, again, the new album Rock 2 is out. I know you guys are touring, you know, through at least March. Do you have anything lined up past that?
Yeah, we're going Do we be touring in March in the Midwest, up your way, I think, and then in April we're going to Australia with Promise, opening up, and then April, May. I don't know what I have in May yet, and then June Ween starts kicking, playing Red Rocks, I think, is June, and then just all through the whole year, yeah. One band or the other one will be. I'll be out there somewhere, all the time.
Well, I got to ask you then, Diener, is there anything maybe as far as Ween goes, new releases, maybe a new album or some old stuff coming out soon?
Not at the moment. There's nothing really planned, but no. But I mean, as far as the old stuff, I don't know. That could change in a second. But no, not at the moment. No. We're just touring, just enjoying touring.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, I know you guys always make it a point to come through Minnesota, and there's a lot of diehards here. I know when you guys played Moorhead, I talked to a few people who had driven. I mean, I drove like 5-6 hours. A lot of people coming from around the country.
Yeah, our fans are very, very hardcore. It's a blessing. I love playing the Roy Wilkins. Actually, I mean, First Avenue was my heart. My heart will always live at First Ave. But no, it's I mean, I just love the Twin Cities. I love the whole goddamn state, actually. and props to Wisconsin too. I love Wisconsin. Well, I'm telling you, I'm gonna live up there someday. I'm sure of it.
Well, I gotta ask then. The next time you come through here, could we maybe hear Vallejo? I've been seeing you maybe 9-10 times. I'm waiting to hear that one.
Oh God, yeah, that's like the one tune that we haven't ever revisited. Or I don't know if there's another one, but no. But yeah, everything is in play at all. For sure. I mean, I wouldn't bet against it. I'd put it that way. You just kind of reminded me. We have a lot of songs. Sometimes it's simple as I forgot about that one. There's not like a specific reason we haven't played it. I just kind of forgot.
Well, again, man, it's great that you got the studio up and running, and the new album Rock 2, and all the shows coming up. Anything else maybe you want to touch on that you got coming up?
You know what? I would love to, but I've been doing interviews for about 19 days straight without any sleep or food or water. But no, keep on rocking in the free world, Twin Cities, or all Midwest, Minnesota. Rock on, rock over Chicago, all state. You're in good hands.
Oh, you guys should have toured with Wesley Willis when you had the chance.
I just did, didn't I? Never done that before. It felt good. What else do I got? Lovely. I'm loving it. Rock over Minnesota. Rock over Wisconsin. McDonald's. I'm loving it. Look at the hyena's dirty butthole. All right, man. I'm going to go.
All right, thanks, man. It's been an honor speaking with you. Thanks so much.
See you later. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.